you very much. It was an awesome performance in my opinion, and it was with a lot of humor, with great moments of self-irony, and you were dealing with a very sensitive subject still, because it is very different how we are treating the passing of time and how we are getting old in body and mind, but unfortunately first in body. How did you, was it natural for you to start working on this subject?
I mean, this project was inside of an European project that's name is Act Your Age. So Act Your Age asked me to make this performance about aging or whatever. And so we decided just to start with my physicality, and then I asked Domenico, sorry, to work with me in this performance. And since 2009, I used to work with ladies over 60 or whatever, so I really enjoy to work with people, maybe not dance or whatever. So I know I'm not so. It's always difficult to speak about the piece, but yeah, I really enjoy to work about the presence of the body, and that's it. You know, when you are 40 or 60, I think it's an interesting age because it's not so old, but not so young. So we are in a middle age.
Yes, now
yes, no? Let's say middle age. So it's like to be adolescence, you know, when you are like 15, because it's the moment, I don't know, this is our experience, that, okay, I'm 41, so maybe I will have another 40, 50 years more. I mean, so it's a moment that you ask yourself something. I mean, and 60, 70 is also, as a man, I don't know if you want to say something about it, but yes, it's a moment that you ask yourself something, no? And also your physicality is super interesting because every day is different. I mean, every day you can discover something that is fall down, you know. So it's an interesting dialogue, I think. For example, in another piece, I play a lot with this part. But I think for no, it's very. I mean, I know that maybe it looks stupid, but you know, when you are younger, you like to put this kind of t-shirt. I know in the world there are so many problems that this is not a real problem. But actually, sometimes it's a problem, you know. So you start to say, but maybe I need another kind of. And you feel that you are inside. You feel, 15, but your body is not 15, you know. So it's very interesting, I think, the dialogue between you and yourself, the body, and how the people look at you, how really, what do you want to share or not, how, something very, in performing art it's normal to work about this subject, but in dance, for example, we know that normally, it's important to have very, also our training when I was young, I didn't study to be normal. I always studied as a dancer to be superhero or, to make something super, super wow. Wow. So for us, I think as a dancer, it's so important to bring us in another dimension. I know many choreographers work about that, but I like to do this kind of work, just to be there and feel that also if you dance and you want to move this part, actually this part moves more than you. You decide one part and actually it's not it's very interesting as a training because you want to move maybe the arm, and you feel that maybe when you do this part is more, the vibration is stronger than this movement, because this is get older, change our physicality, our body. Then I like humor, I like timing. So I like to work about silence, timing, and just be there and to push a little bit the dialogue between me and the audience. So actually, I think the subject is just, you know, I have to say that I work about something. I can just stay there in silence, or maybe yes, I don't know. But yeah, so the subject was because Actore just asked this word. Yeah, normally I really enjoy to be there with the audience and just see how I can play around humor and timing, action, reaction. This is the dance also, no? Between the audience and us on the stage, and that's it. I don't know. It's clear, more or less.
And Domenico, how, as a dancer, you are an artist who creates from his own body. How did this change by the time? Do you still? What was your experience?
Com'è stata la tua esperienza cambiando come danzatore quando eri più giovane e adesso? I want to say that it's true that he was in the army for 35 years, so he started to dance like at 40. Hai iniziato la... 31 years old. So he worked between army and dance.
Yes.
So
in the night I dance, and in the day I work in the army. Yeah. It's very strange, this experience for me, because one time I made
it's okay.
Okay.
Don't worry.
A performance in a shop, clothes
Sì.
shop, in the vetrina. And in that moment,
He was in a square with a window, and he was performing. He was very young.
when I was in the
Young,
army, yes.
35.
And in that moment, my colonnello,
The boss of in the army was exactly in front of the window.
in front of me.
It was
at this
performing
distance, 10 centimeters. Yes, and I continue. It was incredible for me.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
experience, because the day after he said, Domenico Santonico. He didn't speak with me because I don't know, but he say at my colleagues, no. Santo Nicola Domenico is a good dancer. But it's a different experience for me. But I change because I think penso una cosa, che non è che si nasce giovani, poi si invecchia e poi si... no? Ma credo che la giovinezza, the younger, no, vabbè, la giovinezza, che la giovinezza è un qualcosa che si costruisce.
It's nice because he's speaking Italian with the microphone. I love it. Go.
Va bene, non ho finito.
Sì. Ah, ok, è finito. Ok, for him is not that young is something that you have inside, so it's not something that to be younger.
No, che non è che si nasce giovani, poi si invecchia.
You don't born
Ma che la giovinezza,
young and then you get older, but being young,
la giovinezza
younger,
si va costruita, si costruisce.
you have to build to be young, day by day.
Yes.
Something about that.
This is for me, this is my experience for the dance. But when I meet Silvia, it was a nice meet, because she is very, come si dice, essere ironic, very ironic, and this part for me is very, very good, very nice for my life. No? In the dance too. No?
What is interesting about our relation is also that we are working with different styles. So it was not hard. Sometimes working, it was hard sometimes to work together, because also about how we choose the light or not. I mean, we are so different. This is help us to introduce our relationship between, also about the different generation, and how being on stage is so different between to different generation. I mean, because sometimes, I mean, I work more in a performative way without nothing, but I felt that this was for him too violent, for example. It didn't permit him to be safety in his space. So we use with the light designer to work about something that normally I don't use. And always when I'm behind of the curtain, I'm like, oh my God, now the light is down, oh my God, big effect. I don't like effect. But I like in this concept that is about to get older, about age, about generation, you know, to accept different ways to be on the stage, and so to build our performance. And humor sometimes help in this, and also I discover how it's, yeah, our timing is different. Also for him, I think as a dancer, you know what he said, to change his character inside of this piece, because normally maybe he moves more, and was at the beginning was not easy work together and to accept just to stay or talking, and that's it. Yeah.
Let's ask the audience members how they, what kind of feelings they had, or if they want to give a comment or a feedback, or just, yeah.
First of all, congrats. And I have almost forgotten this song called Rockets Fall and Rocket Falls.
Yeah.
And that scene when this song starts and Domenico comes in really caught me. How did you found this song?
The dramaturge proposed us, because we worked with the dramaturge and Giulia Galvan, that is not here now, and she proposed, we worked with different music, and then she proposed us this song for this moment, that moment.
Thanks.
Hi, can you talk a little bit about the last part where the marching music starts and there's these very iconographic images that you're bringing on stage, and I just want to hear a little bit more about that.
We worked about different improvisation, and one was about Greek, iconic.
This Olympic figure.
Exactly, and this is about also eternity, or what is to be, you know.
Oh, that's so interesting.
For us, but you know,
No,
always.
because for me it was Russia.
Exactly.
I saw
Yeah,
Russia.
I know.
I was like, oh, what's the experience of
Actually,
Italians
this
in Russia?
music is from Japan.
Okay.
And what is interesting that is not a music about army, but it's just about spirit, and it's from SGI, so Garakai is a Buddhist. So actually, it's completely another way. But I think this is also interesting because when we in the army, or I know it's another kind of spirit in the army or in the Buddhism or whatever, but there is something behind that is always this energy that we want to be, yes, let's go, or yes, we have to be, you know, strong and beautiful forever, yes, because we like Hungary, we like Italy, we have to be one-on-one with our country or whatever. So I felt that in this picture there was so many information with this song, and to watch him, because he is beautiful, he's very beautiful, his body, and I felt that, wow, to see a man that is a human being like him, I mean, 67, and to see him so beautiful, I mean, and with this kind of song, I don't know, I feel it's dependent, for everybody it's different, I mean,
But there's a history to it, which is what's interesting, I think.
And what is this?
I mean, there's a reference to history.
Yeah, sure.
There's a reference to history and a shared experience, and I couldn't place where this, like, I knew the march and the beat, but I couldn't place what the language was, which was so...
Japanese,
Yeah, it was so disorienting.
Yeah.
It's like, huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting, exactly, because I think what is interesting that is from Japanese, so remind us something, but we can't understand really what is, and so I became confused. And for us it was just, okay, we want to create this about the beautiful man, and this for us it reminds us to, I mean, Mussolini. I mean, you know, you have to be eternal. You have to be strong and beautiful and young. But sometimes it's not. So there are different layers, I think. And always, I want to say that always is different. So I mean, always we decide at the end, during the day, what to do at the end. Because for us, it's always very difficult, this moment with this music. So we have clearly the movement, but my character, for example, sometimes I play a little bit more, sometimes less. So it depends on how much I push in humor or not. So this gives to the other another images, I think.
Music is is close to go on.
Sì.
That's music.
Sì, sì. I don't know. Thank you.
I'm just wondering, your use of humor, did that start when you started this project? Or did you decide after a while, this is too heavy, I can't go through with this?
No, for me it's exactly the opposite normally. Because normally people stop me, maybe it's too much humor, so please be calm, take your time, don't push too much. Yeah, this is my big drama in a way. I know always that sometimes I have to be careful about this, because it's I think it's in my power, but in a way sometimes, you know, I have to be careful about it. And so for that always is an experiment for me with Mimo, because Mimo is super strong and clear about his presence. So sometimes it doesn't work. I try to create it looks stupid because no, because that's very interesting to have someone that doesn't permit me to be funny, or humor or drama that is different, no, sometimes. So yes, actually it's the opposite. No, Silvia, stai calma, don't worry, take your time, close your eyes. Yeah.
Would anybody like to add? Yes, okay.
Hello, I don't need a microphone. I'd just like to ask, what is your history as a dancer and a choreographer before this stage? How did you get to where you are now, through your 20s and 30s? Just some facts.
So, Francesca ha chiesto rispetto alla mia storia nella danza, cioè come ho iniziato come danzatrice.
Come sei diventata quello che sei?
Sì. As a dancer, I was a very super tragic dancer, super serious when I was young, super dramatic, very skinny, like this, super beautiful. This was already beautiful. But, no, it's true, I was super athletic. Then when I was 35, my body changed completely.
Were you a professional dancer?
Yeah.
Ah, so you didn't tell us.
So I was a professional dancer. I worked with different companies, and in Italy, more in Italy than in Germany. No, at the beginning, yes. Well, when I was super young, like 20, I made the operetta. Beautiful. And then after contemporary dance, but yes, more modern jazz, contemporary. And then I started some solos when I was 30 years old. Now I'm 41. And and then I decided to work more in, my body changed, so I decided to adapt as a performer the dance with my physicality, in my body. But now, for example, I would like to come back in the movement more, and also with humor, but a little bit. So I'm working with other choreographers as a international collaboration, with a Canadian choreographer. So just to come back with different techniques in dance and to see.
And have you had a gap in your career, like to have children or something? I mean,
I know that I look like, but no, I don't. Yeah, it's true, because everybody. No.
But a lot of dancer women, they take a period out. Maybe, and it changes. It changes then when they become older. They're trying to deal with that with their bodies and things.
No, actually, I always continue to be in contact with artists or art. I never had children, but I stopped to dance when I was 28. I was more in a cabaret. I work a lot in theater, and because I decided it's true that now I remember. Thank you. No, it's true that at the moment for me to dance was super heavy, and I didn't in dance, in the techniques of dance, was really hard to find the possibility to express really what I was inside of me and whatever. So I decided to stop a little bit. I had this opportunity to work with in cabaret and in television, something super And then after these 3 years in cabaret, I said, oh my God, I love dance. I love dancing. Because it was so violent, but it was very interesting to come back and move in dance with another techniques. I mean, not, in cabaret, people comes and want to laugh. So the expectation, they want to laugh. So they are there, and you have to be, and they want to laugh. In 5 minutes, they have to laugh maybe 500 times. If they don't laugh 500 times, you're mierda, total. So it's very hard. It's very, very hard in 5 minutes. And dance is so beautiful because you can stay just like this for 1 hour and the people start to think whatever. So I said, this is amazing. I can work in humor but with my time and dance. It's beautiful, because dance is actually the opposite. And people come and don't want to laugh. Por favor. Better no, if it's too much funny. So that's very interesting because it's easier in a way.
Just one last question, because Tomáš already signaled that he would like to echo it.
I have no question. I just want to say thank you because you already answered everything what I wanted to know actually, and I will try to go. I will try to don't stop. And I hope that me or the others will have a chance at least once in their life to enjoy our bodies like you do. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Grazie.